Breaking down Oregon football with all of you. We're about a month away from fall camp. We got Spencer McLaughlin on the line. Locked on Ducks, locked on Pac-12. Please join him on those platforms. And let's talk some running game here. Bucky Irvin shows up and gains 1,000 yards, scores 5 touchdowns. So he leads the troop. Noah Whittington in play, Jordan James. How do you feel about the running back room?
No concerns. Absolutely, positively none. I think you have depth. I think you have talent. I think you have versatility. You have experience. You have some youthful guys who are hungry to try and create more chances for themselves. There's nothing about this room that is if you told me right now, Bucky Irving goes down and we don't have him for a game. I don't love that. I'm not saying like, oh, yippee-ki-yay, now we don't have, or nothing like that. But what I do feel is we're still going to be able to run the football. I still feel good about the guys that are there. Jordan James, as a goal line and short yardage back last season, as a true freshman, was tremendous. Whittington is a much different runner stylistically, a little bit more downhill, a little bit more, run you over and, be a one-cut kind of back, but also has a really, really nice nimbleness to his game and has really light feet. But then Bucky Irving is the guy who's just shifty. He shakes, he shifts, he jumps, he jukes, and he's just a hard guy to tackle. He is not the fastest, biggest guy on the field, but he is the hardest one to tackle. And the numbers and the data and PFF reflect that. And, this is closer to a running back by committee than having a true lead number one. But at that position, I'm okay with that. I'm completely okay with that because it's a position where you can get a lot of injuries. Where if you have a guy like Zach Charbonnet a year ago, now he was able to stay healthy. He's also a high-round NFL draft pick. You just set yourself up to be too dependent on one guy. And Oregon last year, was able to play the hot hand, right? It was, hey, Whittington's running really well, or Whittington works better in this package, or Jordan James is better in this package. I'm interested to see as well, Mark, what they do with the true freshman Dante Dowdell. 4-star out of the state of Mississippi, pulled him right out of the backyard of Ole Miss and Mississippi State. And I tell you what, that's a dude. That is an absolute dude. I think he and Jordan James can be together in what you'd call like a smash package, essentially. So last year, Oregon had these offensive sets that I really, really liked, and they worked well. You go 2 running backs and 3 receivers, or 2 running backs, tight end, and 2 receivers, or some combination like that. But basically like 21 personnel. You go 21 personnel, 3 guys in the backfield, and they would run these sweeps either way, right? Either to the wide side or the near side of the field, where one running back was the lead blocker and the other guy had the carry. And you could go in either direction, of course, kept the defense off balance. But I look at Jordan James and Dante Dowdell, those guys are like hitting people, man. They want to go downhill and they want to pop somebody. And they will get it. And Bucky Irving's a great blocker, too. Bucky Irving's a really, really good blocker as a running back. But I could see a package this year in the goal line where you have maybe Dowdell as an up man if you go, power I, or you have 2 men in the backfield and one of them's a lead blocker, because those are just tough, physical downhill runners who are hungry too, right? It's not easy to get carries in this backfield. You've got Bucky Irving, Noah Whittington. Those are 1A, 1B, very clearly. So I think those guys are hungry to show in every snap that they get that they're worth being out there, or that they deserve to be out there. And I think both from the 15-yard line in, both can run between the 30s. Don't get me wrong. But when you get inside the 15-yard line or you need a short yardage situation, I feel great about Dowdell, and I know what James can do because he was prolific a season ago at doing just that. So I think those are your top 4 guys. I expect to see all 4 this year. I don't think we see as much Jaden Lamar, who's, a smaller, shiftier, kind of pass-catching back. He's like 5'11 or so, 5'10, true freshman in the 2023 cycle. I like his upside. I like his speed. I think he's just not, presenting something where he can get a lot of touches this year. I think his time could kind of come after Whittington and or Irving decide to move on. So I love the running backs, depth, talent, experience. I think you have it all. And you also have guys that are just gritty and tough and willing to do whatever is needed to win.